7 birdies today, 4th toughest hole.
And just a couple yesterday, but also an ace.
It'll work. Yep, good solid shot, safe shot, smart shot. Don't want to hit it in that bunker. It's very difficult today to get it up and down. Let's go across the 18.
Cameron Champ, the defending champ, broke through last year. 21 under was the winning score. 10 under here.
Well, he did it by birdieing 5 out of the last 6 to win easily. Won by 4 shots. Learned a lot about himself this past season. He struggled throughout the middle of the season, but he took the time to kind of analyze that and looking for a big year.
So, playing that back 9, this is going to be interesting. Leave you with the college leaderboard. Cal's up there in North Texas. Duke, A&M.
At the 18th, Stuart Singh trying to get up and down for par. Overshot the green. Now the putt coming back. And he'll make that to finish up with 9 under. So 9 under, just outside the top 25. But logging a start early in the season and looking to build on that. Dylan Fratelli, a winner this past season. He was able to break through for the first time. 14 under, second shot at 14. And Fratelli trying to play it out to what he thinks will be a good yardage coming. In. So that's out to the right side and leaves a little work. Par putt for Mark Anderson, who also missed the green in regulation. Finishing up, and that's it. So Anderson getting to the clubhouse with that 9 underscore as well. And both players done with their day. Cameron Tringali, his 3rd here at the 14th. Tringali alongside Tringali. 44 yards over that bunker. Good contact and controls that shot very well. So with that, he is looking at a short putt for birdie. David Hearn as we get up to 18. Group clearing just in front. And Hearn from 187. Drove at 299. And on the front portion of the green. He'll try and crisscross to see if he can hold a putt from 45 feet away for birdie. Safeway Open coming up next week here at the Sanderson Farms Championship. It's the final round, and 500 FedEx Cup points will be handed out before we head to Napa, California. All these players trying to get as much of the points will be distributed as possible. It's been a nice story this week. Young man qualified, Garrett Osborne, early in the week, and has played his way to right now a top 20 position. Good solid golf here.
Well, Ortiz has found the bunker. This hit second now at 9.
Yeah, good lie. Bit of an upslope. Just getting light on scene right here. Bit of a nervy shot. Seems to get a lot of ball out of there. Good looking.
Boy, that's an excellent shot from there. Really stabilized his lower half there. It's kind of an upper body arm swing to make sure he catch ball first and not get steep and narrow on the way down.
Just taking a look.
Yeah, we've seen some balls sit down in the first cut this week, but not this one. This one is perfect. He has a chance here to generate some spin and really get after the flag. It's coming right after him.
Wow, man. What a mistake. I think there's adrenaline involved in that. That buried itself.
Been on for birdie here at the 10th. Back away from this one.
Fairly uphill and turning a little right early, then it levels out at the hole. Easy to power this one by because it's slower early than it is at the hole. But his touch has been, well, perfect.
Did everything but hit it. That's the par. So 11.
M's second shot, the 11th. We've had 47 guys go for this green in 2. 12 have knocked it on. This is a very, very birdieable hole. Location back right. This must be left. Ooh, not long left. That will have to get some relief from that temporary movable obstruction, but again, can't miss right in the hazard, but that had a lot of power to it.
Struggling for birdie here at 16. Only 5 today. This has been the toughest hole all week. Actually, this is the 6th year here. Just a very difficult hole. Tough to get it close, but good looking putt. Barely misses.
So that's the golf ball. Now Sebastian Munoz for his third.
Guys, he's very lucky in one respect. He certainly hits a pull eye, but he's playing back uphill, back into the green. That should enable him to get this ball stopped relatively quickly should he make quality contact. That's really nice.
Yeah, I guess. It was really well done. Just kind of let that club head chop down behind the ball and pop it out of there.
Thought that was going to be difficult. Apparently not. Not for him. Golf taking place this week on the globe. PGA Tour Latino America. 69, so a one-shot lead, 18 under in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Sanford International PGA Tour champions, 6 under the lead. Ken Duke and Kirk Triplett, who headed after the opening round. Wind still blowing, Sioux Falls. Yeah.
My guess is yes, but
Good guess. And back here, Country Club of Jackson. Fratelli at 14.
Leaving the flagstick in is his option to do so. Likes it that way, and obviously it works. So Dylan Fratelli with a nice birdie at the 14th hole. Keep an eye on that one because that's another birdie hole coming down the stretch.
To the 9th, and a birdie try for Ortiz.
And much like Munoz, because he's playing from the backside of the green here, he's back uphill into the green. He can be aggressive with this one. Just turning slightly to the left.
tell you what, he's putting a lot of pressure on himself on these comeback putts.
Back on the tee at the 11th, been on. Jerry Foltz just got to find the fairway here, and you can reach the screen.
Well,
too.
especially with his like that, probably a long iron in if he hits a good one. Little jump is in from the right. Fits the shot you want to hit perfectly. The draw would be ideal. Ooh, nothing in the bag on that swing.
Leave
Left
it,
side.
you know, leave it win means he wants to carry the bunker. Oh, that's excellent. Left side of the fairway, long. He'll be able to reach the screen in 2.
What bunker?
Right. He's got the momentum. Munoz and Ortiz in the final pairing, struggling just a bit.
Carlos Ortiz looking at par to remain 15 under. And Ortiz will make the turn from the front side with an even card score. He goes out in 36 with 2 birdies and 2 bogeys. And so not what he was hoping for. He moved quickly. Take control. Dylan Fratelli as we move back to the tee at 15.
Come up now.
And this hole just shy of 300 yards. So Fratelli will try and
Slash the ball.
use driver to see if he can get off the tee. It's a fun hole, just bunkers left and right, not any threat of the penalty area. And this is just short of that green. So he can easily pitch it over the bunker. The pin is cut front and left. Down to 10 after Ortiz picked up his par on the previous hole. Sebastian Munoz set to go here at 10. Ortiz Lot on the line. This on front portion of the green. That's a good position to put right across to that front right flag. So Munoz will have a look coming up. Scotty Scheffler at 10 under. And Scheffler. Big full swing. And this will come up the right side. And Scheffler, who had 277 coming in, trying to reach in two. He will play from just off the edge to see if he can get up and down. Might have slipped into that bunker. Final round of the Sanderson Farms Championship. The battle at the top is between a number of different players looking for their first win. The final group with Munoz and Ortiz both trying to notch victory number one. And Kevin Streelman, an experienced winner, is charging. Dominic Bozelli. This is the par 5 11. And Bozelli will overshoot his target. That is clearly an unforced error. You have a couple of options there. He tried to play it just past the flag, and it ultimately hopped into that rough. That's going to leave a tough play, and up and down is probably the most he can ask for.
Both players are on the green here at the 10th. Wilson Ortiz, good place to leave it. Full location over there on that right side. Just a tough par 3. Over at 11.
And something to him getting a ruling. Could be interesting where it's going to have to drop, which is in this rough, to say the least, rough patch. He's able to clear away some, Kurt looks like he's able to clear away some loose impediments and kind of design his spot where he wants to go ahead and play from, but he's going to be playing from dirt, really.
Yeah. And have a dirt lie. I think I'd rather have, it depends, I guess. Maybe better off on the dirt than in some, that big bladed grass that's sitting in there. Let's see. Doesn't settle in a low spot.
That's kind of what I see happening. Now you got to play away from that flag stick, because if it comes in hot and it's at that flag, it's going to go into that hazard. From the middle of the fairway to now just kind of playing for par. Go over to Strowman at 17. I think he needs 2 birdies to have a chance to win. I'm thinking 1800 is a great number to be at, and that sets him up for one right there to get to 17 under par. Get in that clubhouse post. Make them come get you. But 18 under, I think, is a minimum number. Back to the troubles of him. And from his angle, he is chipping right towards the flag stick that is cut way in the back right, 32 paces and 4 from the edge. And again, if he goes past that flag stick without any steam, it's going to chase down the bank and go in the hazard, that penalty area. So he's got the 60 degree. Here's that look of what he's facing. I know my amateur golfers back at home would be putting in their water ball in play. I just enough to lose a brand new golf ball. Let's see what he does here. Lots of loft on this one.
Must be a little cushion there for him to do this.
Mm-hmm. Yikes. That took guts. My goodness. So he felt like he could get in there tight, put some spin on that, and what a shot. I think I would have either chunked that or bladed it straight into
I'm thinking chunk for me, but it definitely wouldn't have opened up the club face like that. Now Ortiz, you're at 10.
Giving a little bit of a look here. Good job by both players and caddies off this tee as they both got to right around pin high on this tough par 3. Jim, I think it's going to be really interesting as we play this back 9 to keep an eye on what kind of speed Ortiz uses on these birdie putts, because at least 3 or 4 times on that front 9 he was forced to make 5 or 6 footers coming back for par. That, as we all know, gets really difficult as you get out here late on Sunday trying to win for the first time.
Yeah, and some of these greens, as you know, they get some putts that get away from you pretty quick. This isn't really one of those. Going up the slope there. All right, 3's a good score. Only 7 birdies today. Yesterday there were only 2, so 4 birdies for the week, Terry. So this is a tough hole.
Got a moment to remind you, you can follow your favorite players with the PGAtour.com leaderboard. In your favorite players, watch video highlights and scorecards, all in real time. Log on to PGAtour.com/leaderboard. Now, back on to the 10.
Yeah, Munoz now for his birdie.
And certainly he would have gotten a great read speed-wise in what went on with Ortiz's putt here. This putt's got very little movement here. I think this is a chance to go.
Only 4 birdies for the week. If he's got the read, got the speed, hopped on him a little. Got left. Yeah. It's 11.
Sungjae M for birdie and a tie for the lead, probable from where his second shot ended up. Capitalize. That's swinging hard. That's a tough location back there to back right today. So water into play. So a par 5 for M, stays 1 back. Back to the
We've seen Ortiz having no problems with these comebackers. Let's see what Munoz has got for us.
Got a good stroke. Got a confident stroke. Have another day out here on Sunday with your buddy. No big deal. 17.
birdie that's a must make, and Kevin just misread that, misread the speed and the line. Just running out of holes, but a heck of a round. He's put 8 under par today. Will remain 1 back, but I'm thinking minimum 18 under par. Start the final round trailed by 8, just 1 button now. There are a couple hard holes coming in. 16 and 18 are ranked 1 and 2 most difficult. Now back at the 11th, and I think just, iron in hand here, Jerry.
3 iron and it's like downhill like 217 yards to the front left edge. 249 ball, but there's not a target at the moment.
Middle of the green.
Yeah, this is at the left edge with a little fade.
Yeah, that's where the miss has to be with that whole location, but it did go into the primary rough. A little more difficult to get a club on it. Correct spin. Anything in the middle of the green today is one shot.
Dylan Fratelli at 15. Drive here just in front of the bunkers.
Here, he's made 3 birdies in a row, and then just a moment ago did this. So tap in birdie for him. That's 4 birdies in a row for Telly making a late run.
Got it to 16 under, 1 off the lead.
A couple of tee shots coming up here, Bones. They both need to find the fairway. If they can, it becomes a birdie hole.
And Kurt mentioned this man does not get cheated off the tee. Let's see if he really lets one eat here. Pulled, headed towards the left rough.
These are forced swings. They've just not quite in sync. Yesterday they were tearing it up. Today it looks like they're forcing a little bit. There have been 2 eagles here today, Jonathan Bird and Cameron Champ. So is an eagle hole? Be questionable whether or not he can hook it around that tree and try to get up to the front of the green. Now Ortiz. Just even on his round, Bones.
Yeah, and that's a great way to put it, Matt. Just even, very gettable conditions with greens this good and not the tightest course off the tee. Carlson needs to step up and hit a shot here, give himself a chance to make up some ground potentially. too. It's going to need a good first bounce to find the fairway.
Got to bounce, and it stayed in the primary rough. Ball is sitting halfway up. It might be able to get up to the green, or at least to the left side. Made eagle here yesterday. 2 tied for the lead as we're turning for home.
At the 18th, Brian Harmon with his second shot. Harmon at 13 under par, trying to come home and see if he can add one more. 3 birdies on the front, looking for his 3rd on the back 9. And he's given himself a chance. This one climbing all the way to that back portion. He's in a 12-foot circle. That's a pretty good spot. A chance to close with a 3 on his card. Robert Streb now, 15. Streb alongside Scotty Scheffler. And this will go up the left side. This hole is playing 298 today, so it's definitely a more manageable par for a short drivable hole. Lonto Griffin with his second at 18. And Lonton from 162 yards. And that's a little bit beyond, but both players about 12 to 15 feet from the cup. So very good approach shots coming into 18. They move the tees up to give the players a chance to score, be aggressive. And now the drive for Scheffler at 15. See if he can line it up with the entry point into this green. He does. It just sits right along the edge. And that's a pretty big drive. And from there, he can just try and chip it on. And he'll have a short putt for birdie if he plays it well. Bronson Burgoon at 18. Group just in front, hitting their shots onto the green. And that one will run up the right side.
All right, 3rd shot now for on. Hole high, but into that rough there. Jerry?
Yeah, but a nice lay in that rough. You can get it pretty cleanly. Plenty of green touch to work. Landed a little upslope right there.
Kurt was admiring his short game, saying this guy's got a lot of skills, a lot of shots. That was an aggressive shot. Got about 8 feet back up for birdie.
Disappointing on the last, that putt. Streelman here on the last.
486 today, I wouldn't necessarily consider it a birdie hole, but the way these guys drive it nowadays, a little down slope there that Streelman caught, being middle to short iron for his second shot. The wind has laid down a little bit. They're moving left to right earlier today.
We're at 14 now. George McNeil, currently 3 under on his round, 15 under for the tournament. This is a par 5. The location way in the back. She's got plenty of green to work with coming out of this rough. Third easiest hole. 23 birdies today, just 5 bogeys, the rest par. So, got to be thinking birdie here. There's some tough holes coming in. A little bit more. He was hoping for inside of 10 feet. That's about 25, 26 feet away. Right amount of holes as well. Needs birdies.
Second at 12, Sung J M.
Yeah.
6th toughest hole of the day. 13 birdies so far today.
Good hole location, but it's a lot more gettable from the fairway. A little careful there, but another good look for him.
On for birdie. What do you see in this putt, Jerry?
It's got to be going a little right early. There's a little change in direction of the green. Just short or just past halfway there. He has made his share so far today, but he can't stop now, that's for sure. You got to be thinking 20 under net.
I'm kind of thinking 18. That final pairing is really just kind of in a flat, nothing really great happening. 16's a hole, 18's the second hardest hole.
Yeah, you got another par 5 and then drivable par 4 as well.
Yep. I would take 18. Really would. 19 would be beautiful. Now he's had 3 birdies today, no bogeys. This is an uphill putt, say at the beginning?
Yes, just slightly off. First time I've seen him with the greenswell. I'm not sure he was paying that close attention to it.
Good angle here from the camera of what this putt's going to do.
Almost came back.
I think he was initially influenced by the green in the first 4 feet of that putt. Some opportunity again for another guy in contention at the par 511, not making birdie. Final pairing sitting back in the rough. Ortiz and Munoz.
Well, I was very surprised, Matt, that Ortiz didn't just run up here and lay this ball up. He's got an iron in his hand, a longer iron, 217 foot. Let's see if he tries to catch the intentional flyer here and run it on. That's what he's trying to do. He's pulled it, but it gets through a tree, misses another tree, and hits the car path.
Yeah.
But he's going to have a great angle on his third.
Off that shot link tower, all kinds of things in play there, but he'll get relief and have, like Bone said, a great angle working all the way across that green. Munoz has a swing.
Not only does he have a swing here, he got a great break off the tee, and this ball finished a very bare line. Not as bad as Ortiz is, so he had a chance to get a lot of club on the ball here and get the shot on the green. So you got to hit shots and make putts that will cause you to it, but every now and then you got to get lucky too, and this is a big break for Munoz.
Flagstick is just, you can make it out just on the back right. There it is. Water just 5 paces to the right of that. Careful.
Clean contact, good line. Boy, if this gets a bounce,
Did
it get
bounce.
released to the back part of the green maybe.
It is getting better and better. Middle of the green is outstanding. That has now achieved that. He's about 30 feet away for an eagle 3. What a golf shot, what a break. And you need them when you're going to win tournaments, especially for the first time. It's certainly tight for the lead.
Boy, took some guts to hit this shot right here with water just right of the green. He didn't really curve it a ton, Matt, and it just played it perfectly. Knew it was released coming in low with that draw.
Bone said that lie was everything. It was clean. It
Yeah.
was right up, kind of almost a hard pan lie. Wow, what a shot at the right time.
Coming down the stretch, you tend to forget about what they've done at 10, 11 in there. That could be the break in the moment for him.
That and the par at 6.
Yeah. On the tee at 12, Benon.
And then driving it nicely for the most part of the day.
No fairway bunkers out there.
This one's right edge at best.
It's going to stay in the fairway, Jeremy, and he's not leaving anything in the bag either.
Up on the green at 12 here. JN gets 17 under share.
Not a lot of break, I don't think. If he gets it there. Good try. He's at 16 under. One shot back, but Munoz is on the par 5 and 2 at 11.
And 5 players at 17 or 16 under right now. Streelman, his second at 18. He's one of them, 16.
He's just not afraid. Once he gets going, he's just attacking with these iron shots. Needed another one there.
Yeah, so might come up short like that shot.
Dylan Fratelli now at the 16th. He's going to hit this fairway 36% of the time. Bunker's 300 on the right to it. And that has got to get down, and it's, see ya, in the alligator snake priority zone. Up to 11.
Ortiz getting some relief.
You tell me if you feel like you're gonna hit it. I mean, you're close. I'm not gonna hit it because right. Not for distraction. Yeah. But you are within one of the corridor. So, okay. Hey, brother, let me just confirm this. He's 1 foot away from this gun wire, so he's within this corridor here, right? Yeah, he's behind it. Yeah, he's okay. Yeah, he's adjacent to it, not behind it. Just adjacent to it, but it takes it into the gun wire here. Yeah, he's just adjacent to it. But
And Matt, don't you think a lot of this comes down to how much Ortiz does or doesn't like his lie?
Well, I think is he restricted with his golf swing?
Well, I mean, it's very close, as you heard them mention, but I think that if Ortiz really likes his lie, he's not going to want to drop this ball potentially into a poor lie.
Right.
So I think it comes down to how much Ortiz wants to play from where his ball is sitting.
That's rules official Peter Cox given him some instruction confirming with other officials of procedure on this temporary movable obstruction.
right, so we're only dealing with interference here.
I like how Carlos though is going about his business. They're gonna let them rules officials figure it out, but he's going up to see the kind of shot he needs to hit and how much green he has to work with.
Yeah, so Carlos, if you don't feel like you're gonna hit it, there's gonna be no relief.
Sounds like he doesn't have the option as it turns out. And this is a big moment for Carlos here. He's got a ton of green to work with here. The green's into him at the end, so the ball shouldn't be lightning fast around the cup. But being a couple back like he is, he really needs to get this ball up and down and make some noise.
They lit up this back nine yesterday, shooting 5 under par. That was 3 birdies and an eagle. So far today, 2 birdies, 2 bogeys, just even par. So 2 par 5s and drivable par 4. Time to get going.
This club just missed the wire. This needs to take off. And he's not going to be happy with this. I mean, certainly he can make that, but he had a chance to get that ball within 7 or 8 feet from where he was.
Sits out about 17, 18 feet.
Tell you what, you gotta wonder if this wasn't in the back of his mind. Watch how close this club comes to that wire, right? Where, I mean, it's like it went right up it.
I know.
It's a weird reaction he had afterwards too. He was looking at his caddy, talking to him like, I felt like I almost
When in doubt, get relief.
I think so. I mean, it's close enough. He was ready to give him relief if he felt like there was any chance he was going to hit it.
Well, he will get a bit of a teach from Munoz. We'll go up to 12.
And the second for on.
Just 112 yards. Look at the side of the line. Up green lie. Give it a little extra with the live wedge, and that's just a bit. It's well below his standards.
Yeah.
His reaction right away.
Yeah, he's not in love with that. It does leave a little bit of an uphill putt, but with that club, you got to do a little better than that.
13th hole, Sanjay M at the par 3. This with 3 pars. I've seen 8 birdies. Even with this whole location on the right side, winds a little right to left. Just can't miss it right. But it nestles down. 11.
This is that eagle putt for Munoz on the way. He's got plenty of speed, and I can see Ortiz trying to take a look because he's on a similar line. Pretty important hole for these guys to walk off with no less than a 4. Munoz is going to go ahead and tap in, Bones. He's close enough. They'll take the outright lead at 18.
The guy's getting exactly what he deserves here. He basically, you hit a shot with that kind of guts on the second shot at this point in the tournament. You deserve to make your birdie and move on. Very well played.
Outright lead, 2 birdies on the day. Let's go to the final hole.
Yeah, see that number right there next to Streelman. So, you know what happened here a moment ago?
Uphill. Boy, he's been working hard on his putt. And his pitching, chipping, bunker play. The way he hits it, he's really accurate. Good iron player. Good year for him.
Gave it a great run. 64, finishes at 16.
Time to bury a putt here for Ortiz. Wow. I think think he felt like he had it right on, great speed, aggressive putt, and it just stayed right out to the left.
Yeah, he was looking for that big slider at the end that Munoz had it.
Powered it right through it. So he needs to knock this in. And Carlos Ortiz now all of a sudden 3 shots off the lead. This goes in, tied for 6th. Best finish last year came at this tournament, tied for 3rd. So he's got some work to do. Just even on his round. Let's go up to 13.
Sanjay M, second shot out of this rough. Short-sided right here. Get as much club on it as he can. Goes low with it.
I think he was trying to bump it into the hill.
Yeah, he missed it, but he's led the field with in scrambling this week. That was not a very good shot, and he did make birdie back at 11, so kind of getting away from him.
So the approach from on this big approach here at 12. Whoops. Go back. Cameron.
Bad catch.
Yeah.
And he played cricket when he was younger. He should be used to catching a paddock glove. This putt for Ben on the uphill, as Kirk mentioned, little change in slopes that he's dealing with halfway there. It looks like it goes a little left early and then either straightens out or might just drop back to the right.
Exactly what it did.
Good putt though. He's hitting his lines, Kirk, every time.
He looks pretty comfortable to me. He's driving it well. He's going to have some chances coming in, isn't he, Jerry?
Yeah, I haven't seen him checking out the leaderboards yet. They're everywhere out here.
All right. Keeps it at 17. 1 off the lead. 3 under on the day. And the final pairing has reached this 12th. They're back on the tee. Munoz.
A lot of helping wind right now. Doesn't necessarily have to hit this driver here. It's a short par 4. This is the left side.
That cut. So he's missed a few drivers left there. That's in the rough. Be interesting to see how he plays that next one.
Ortiz at even par today. Munoz 2 under. So after all the fireworks of yesterday, kind of holding steady and a 1-shot lead for Sebastian.
Richie Warinsky, as he's at the 18th, 175 the yardage. As he will try an attack here. Pin cut just over a rise in the center of the green. Second shot coming into the closing par 4. That's a good one. Warinsky giving himself a look from 9 feet to see if he can end the day with a pair of birdies at 17 and 18. Zach Johnson, 16. Actually, the 15th for Zach Johnson on the shorter par 4. He set himself up terrifically with a drive of 273, had just that short number coming in, and that's going to be a tap-in birdie at the 15th. Zach Zucker, second shot at 18 from the right rough. And that one will run towards the back of the green, settle about hole high, but leave 26 feet for birdie. Carlos Ortiz looking for something good here to start off at 12. All pars on this hole throughout the week. And Ortiz really was able to get out of that jam without anything lost. But you're hoping to par those difficult holes, but also score on the shorter scoring holes. And the par 5 11 certainly is one of those, especially with that little wedge play he had from the left side of the green. He ends up settling for par there. So level on the day. And right now he's slipping down the leaderboard 3 back to Munoz, who he's playing alongside in that final group.
16.
This is all the times when we got up to the tee, it felt like it was in, and then they decided it's a little more from the right. He went from, 8 to 9 iron, and given that the full treatment, if this is the right club, it's going to be okay. Just right of the hole.
Spin from the right, and that needs to stay up. That's going to stay up. A very big break. We got a moment. Let's send it down to George Savaricas.
Thank you, Jim. Kevin Sterling with the round of the day, turning in a 64, vaulting yourself up the leaderboard. How are you able to attack the course in the final round?
You know, we got off to a great start. Bronson and I both played awesome. Birdie in the first hole. It's funny, we actually had the exact same score for the first 11 holes. Don't think I'd ever seen before, but we were both 6 birdies and 1 bogey through that. I kind of put my head in. I enjoy that. You know, a few times in my career I've been able to make runs like that, and it's fun when you don't really start reading putts. You just kind of know they're going in. You hit them, and just put it beautifully. Shots I needed to, and nice round.
Started the day 8 shots back. We've seen an amazing comeback out of you before with the Travelers Championship. Did you think of a number, or was it just push it as low as I can?
Yeah, it was definitely push it as low as I can. It was a shame on 15, that eagle putt. I left right in the jaws short, and then I thought I made the last one on 18, but I can't be displeased. I mean, those were really solid putts. Nice to get off to a good start. You know, like we were saying, this is an important start to the year now with 11 events in the fall. It's really a quarter of our season. So to get off to a good start, maybe give me a little extra time at home after Asia would be nice.
Great plan. We'll see you next week.
Perfect, thank you.
Let's go to 12.
Second on the way for Munoz.
Really good line here. Let's see if he can get this stopped. It's going to run out a little bit and go through the green.
He can't do much better than that if he's going to go at that flagstick. He only landed it just on the green on that line, but coming out of the rough, it's just impossible to spin it.
You got a stream, and you know that other win with Valspar in 2013, he was 7 back through 36, making a habit of this. Ortiz is second now.
There should be no trouble getting this one stopped in the middle of fairway from 113. And again, this man's got to get going. He's got to get down.
Oh, what a shot!
It did. He really needed something like that. It's been a little sketchy for him today.
After the great drive, and then to do that, so got a chance to get it. Well, he's going to get it to 16 under.
Carlos Ortiz trying to put himself in position to where he can at least make that charge back to the top. And with a beautiful shot there and just a tap-in birdie, he will at least get to 1 under par. That'll take him to 16 under for the week and back to within 2 of the lead. Munoz, though, he is going to be tough to catch, but certainly further away from the cup. And Munoz can gain 1. Now Robert Streb, 11 under. Working 16, he's got a good look here. And that's in for birdie. And this has been one of the more challenging holes. And so Streb able to hold that. And he'll be on to 17. Bozelli, second shot at 14. Bozelli coming out of that first cut. 301 yards to the green to the right. Now, if you get a look, just sitting in that thicker stuff, and it shouldn't be that tough, but it's definitely going to be an odd angle.
Come on, get it back.
Gomez now at 18. Gomez at 11 under. Birdied 16, and now trying to get it to 12 under par. Ortiz brushing it in. And the birdie. And easy for Ortiz. So he just cleans things up a little bit. And he'll clear. So that gets him to 16 under overall. And hoping that he can keep it going. Gotta get reignited on the back nine. Sanderson Farms Championship in this final round. We're in Jackson, Mississippi. Ben on. He was our 36-hole leader. Popping this on, it just gets stuck right on the edge. That's a tough break. He expected that one to just leap off the club face. Instead, it sits right on the edge, and he's going to have to putt it from there. That looks like it's still about 10 feet. Just a devastating break, and he'll just rally and recover from that. That's really what it's all about at this point, just trying to make sure that you don't give up another shot.
And the third for Munoz.
This ball landed into the green here, so he should have the ability to get it stopped. It's going to run out a little bit downgrade at the end here, though.
Those are testers on Sunday, though, when you're leading a golf tournament. Got a one-shot lead.
Sung J M second at the 14th, having to go with this 587-yard par 5. Two good birdie holes, 14 and 15. 15's a drivable for. A one-handed come off that usually means right, and it is in the back. Excuse me, the right bunker. Problem is the hole location way back right. 24 paces on.
We're 13 with Ben on for par.
If he doesn't make this, he is going to regret that decision to chip that down into the green uphill line. I had no clue when he chose to chip it.
I was shocked myself. We were talking about it. I was going to play for bogey. He did not birdie the 11th, the par 5, and now here, big mistake. Back to 12.
And all of a sudden, up by 2. This is the par for Munoz.
A bit of a bug issue there. The big dragonfly landed right in front of the hole. This guy's been rock solid all day on putts of this length, but again, he's leading. It's late, and he didn't seem to be in love with his read. Got his caddy involved.
Okay. Didn't make a bogey yesterday. Hasn't made one today. Good save.
Hasn't had the A game that he had yesterday when he posted the 63, but has really scrambled well.
Well, short game has come in big time for Munoz today. This was at the 6th. Drove it way left. Got it up by the green. Actually, surprised that didn't roll out, but he got over this putt. You know, it's that time of the day. You're 6 holes into Sunday. You're trying to win for the first time. These are huge as far as confidence and momentum. It didn't look great, but it went in.
Then up at the 9th, his third. Look at the lie.
Just buried itself over the green, but able to chop it out of there with some touch, and that left a tap in for par. Great up and down there.
And then just a moment ago, the par at the 12th. So 18 under with some really nice play around the greens. And the leader by 2. You've got 3 players at 16 under. And remember what's at stake for him. 500 FedEx Cup points. First time this is a standalone event, full points. He's in through 2022 in all those events. His best finish that share third after he had to leave for 3 days at military tribute at the Greenbrier back in 2017. 46 career starts.
Came in with a lot of confidence too, though. He was 7th this past week at Greenbrier, and so that confidence is really helping him out today.
Yeah, it's amazing what happens when you get in those experiences, and you got to learn something from it. Obviously, he has. He's hit it so close on the last hole. Yesterday here, he almost made it. So, you're getting that momentum back.
And Jimmy, you and Kirk both know that at this point in a tournament, late on Sunday, usually gets pretty quiet between the players here, especially in the last group, but not so in this case. Sebastian and Carl's having a really long conversation walking to this tee, and I think that's great for those guys. It's going to keep them loose and very comfortable here as they get to the last hour or so of this championship and the biggest moment in their lives in the PGA Tour.
Yeah, things have changed a lot. In our day, we wouldn't even speak to the person for while you're playing. It's just I think it's relaxed both of them. Just got to be careful you don't get too relaxed.
If Carlos can stiff another one here, he knows in the back of his mind he's got a par 5 and a drivable par 4 coming up after this. He's got a chance to make up a lot of ground here.
Sure does. Just has to be committed to this right now. That would look good.
Yeah, wind's coming up. I think he's going to go back for a little less club.
He's This caddy was out here earlier today watching some trying to get an idea when he was out here earlier. That wind was right to left, maybe even helping, but it's going to turn a little.
And it's not blowing nearly as hard.
Okay, they're in agreement here. Carlos going with the 9 here. As we saw with on, you don't want to miss right of this green. And that helping wind just went away. So let's see. Here comes the 8.
Yeah, Eduardo just hands him. Let's just switch clubs here. But you got to be committed, Bones. You know that. First thing you want to say to him is just trust it.
Absolutely. Yeah, you gotta love what you're doing out here. Turning left towards the left center of the green. This is well wide.
Yeah, a little bit short. Just couldn't quite make the right decision there, Terry.
Well, if you're just tuning in and haven't seen it, this is why they're such good friends out here. They played together at the University of North Texas back in 2012. And obviously, talked about Sebastian being younger. Carlos Ortiz went out to the Corn Ferry Tour, won 3 times in 2014. Big motivation for Munoz then to turn it on, and here he is.
Get ready to roll. These guys are playing in front of quite the gallery out here now. These guys are having a lot of fun. Very exciting for them. Just left of it.
Good looking shot. Let's see how friendly this continues on when this gets a little closer to the last few holes. But Munoz in control right now. What a beautiful shot. He's got a 2-shot lead. Jackson, Mississippi. We'll be right back.
At the 18th, Charlie Hoffman to see if he can convert this putt for birdie. Finishing hole. Hoffman from 35 feet. Enough? No, doesn't quite get it to the cup. Had a good line. Definitely was putting himself in a spot where he could in with a nice 3 on the card, but instead it's going to be a par, and he'll play the opening 9 and 2 under, but the inward half in 1 over. So that's a 1 under 71 today for Hoffman as he wraps up the week. Back to 17, Robert Streb. Streb, nice putt hold on the previous hole. Now from 103 yards, that one drops in just over the top of the flag and about 12 feet from the cup. So Streb can pick up his 3rd birdie on the back 9. Opportunity for birdie here for Fabian Gomez. A little closer to the cup, not but 32 feet away. And Gomez has left a tougher putt for par, though, than Hoffman just did. So Gomez is looking at, it looks like 6 feet for par. Scotty Scheffler at 17, just a short second. Out of the rough. We're going to try and figure out exactly whether or not this will jump. 77 yards. You can see the loft of the club high in the air, and it lands softly. And that's pretty solid work. So Scheffler has a chance to hold a putt 8 feet from that pin and see if he can pick up a birdie. That would be back-to-back birdies at 16 and 17 for the Corn Ferry Tour guy.
At the 14th hole, so they aim for a birdie to get to 16 under par, much needed. Out of holes. There you go. Now he's got that par 4 straight ahead that you can drive. That bogey right back. It's the chase to get to 18 under, I believe.
Birdie here, 13th. Just a little bit short. Had a hard time deciding what to hit back here in committee.
Yeah, it sure did. It didn't look like in the end he really went after it. To your point, I think he wasn't sure about the club he had in his hands. And now he's got his hands full. I mean, certainly he can make this putt, but he better get the speed right here because this is downhill, be severely right in the middle and down drain, and this is a putt that can get away from you speed-wise. You've got to nail it in terms of pace here.
Yeah, it's also a tricky little read at the end. Starts it left. Beautiful pace. Excellent. A lot of players play a little too much break on that one. Good putt there.
14 now, been on, going for it, Jerry.
Yeah, 253 front, 277 hole. Pulverize a tee shot. Well, that was hit hard, but it's moving left. Travel over there.
Like Hazard left?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. There's the ripples. So it's in the penalty area. The good news is it's red line, so he'll be able to drop right up by the green where it last entered the penalty area.
Munoz now for birdie at 13 to extend that lead.
Yeah, at a time when everybody's scoreboard watching at you right now, Mr. Munoz has a chance to send a big message to the rest of the field. Very little movement here, very makeable.
Too much break. It's a tricky part of the green back there. It's an easy hole location to get it within 10 or 15 feet, but it's a tough read when you get it left of this hole. Concentrate so much on the speed.